what's happening with the St. Louis Blues? Last year, the Flames and Blues finished tied with 96 points, and the Flames were the odd man out. Now here they are at the bottom of the league, and there are the St. Louis Blues. Doug Armstrong, was it last year? I think he had kind of thrown out the, we're open for business. It's time. And then they turned things around. Is that where we're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, full credit. I think, was it our pal Frank Saravalli who reported something about that earlier today?
Yeah, I think so.
Using that phrase, open for business. And I didn't see it, but obviously across my desk, and I chuckled because you're bang on. This is the playbook of Doug Armstrong, and I love it because it was a year, maybe 2 years ago, when managers don't want to go into dressing rooms. They just don't. They don't mind talking to players on the bus, on the plane, in the hallway. General managers don't want to go into the room. But I think he did. Again, maybe it was last year, the year before. It doesn't matter because St. Louis always seems to find a rut at some point earlier in the season. And Army basically went in at that point and said, I don't give a rat's what your contract protection is or what your deal looks like. I'm going to start moving bodies. And we're going to take this organization in a different direction. We've leaned on our experienced veterans. And if we can't do that anymore, then I'm shipping you out. And we're going young. And we're going to take it in the teeth for a while. And the team responded. So now you fast forward to where we're at. And the team has been inconsistent. And I think that's been complimentary. Yeah. They beat the Oilers earlier this week, and Jim Montgomery, I think after the game or around that game, said he felt like the team had played well the previous 2-3 games, and so they get rewarded. And then they lay another egg, right? And now Jordan Kyrou is partly to blame. So he gets parked in the press box, and everybody's going, ooh, geez, didn't see that coming. Well, Kyrou hasn't been up to form. He's not 100%. He knows that. His healthy scratch was unexpected. He didn't see that coming. But why wouldn't you do that with a player of that stature? And it's not like this guy's won a ton. He's still more or less an up-and-comer. But they need to be able to squeeze more out of a guy like that. And when you do it with a player of that significance, you're sending the message to everybody on that bench. It's going to be you next. Like, wake up. Like, what are we doing? And so that goes hand in hand with Army talking to other general managers and saying, hey, you want to talk about a player? Let me know which player you're talking about, and I'll have a conversation. But again, history tells me, because I've been down this road 100 times with Doug Armstrong, he's one of the best at putting the bait out there. But he also, if we're talking Braden Shen as an example, and I carried water on that one 100 times last year. And Braden Shen drifted through the trade deadline. Nothing to see here. I saw him in Winnipeg. He was doing this workout in the pool, and believe it or not, you guys are going to be shocked. I was actually on a treadmill at the Delta. Well, I know. Yeah, I know. Shocking. I was on the treadmill, and he's doing a workout in the water. And he looks over and sees my fat carcass on the treadmill, and he just started shaking his head and giggling. And I don't know if he was giggling at me because it was post-trade deadline, he was in the playoffs, or is he laughing at me on the treadmill, or felt like he had a score to settle because I carried the mail on the possibility of Braden Shen getting traded right up to deadline day. So honestly, man, I think that's what it's all about. Whatever we're talking about, Braden Shen, other pieces, Kyrou, just name any Blues player you want. He wants penthouse value for these guys. That's what he wants. And he's not going to get it 15 games into the year.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.